to you. I knew it was wrong, it's just something I do when you should listen to it. And the words that I say, it's all terrible shit. At least I know that today.
My name is Jófríður Ákadóttir and I'm from Pascal Pinon.
That way no more, I wish I did before.
I'd like to say thank you so much for spending this evening together with us and for listening so attentively. It's always an honor to play for people who come to listen. So thank you very much for that. I stare into thin air for the innocence I once think I had. I lack a sense for fear that grows as I grow older. I've carried these thoughts and I've drowned them in walking. I want myself blue the way down. Another dew caught here soon.
I grew up around music. Me and my sister and two of our friends, we were 14 years old, we got together and we wanted to start a band. So we had the conversation, I was like, yeah, I can play guitar, maybe you can play bass, blah, blah, and we all got really excited about it. And then we entered a competition called the Music Experiments, which is an Icelandic competition. And from there we gained a lot of publicity and we started putting our songs on MySpace and since then I guess we've just been doing it and doing it in different ways. But that's how we started.
Another I woke up so sad and stayed where I swam in your kindness and warmth. So quiet and strong, quiet and strong.
I think I want to create a sense of connection between myself and the listener. Also connection in the sense that I want to discuss something or talk about something, not necessarily trying to solve it, but just to let it be what it is. So you talk about love or you talk about fear or sadness and perhaps create a story around it or not. But it's about the listener finding something that strikes them and something that moves them in their core and not necessarily in their brain. So I guess it's like this sort of energy connection, if I can be very hippie and new age and say that.
The flowers have the strangest colors. It's easy to become attached. My greatest heart is in the water. Down my cheeks, down my cheeks.
The main thing that comes to mind is truth and poetry. So something is sparked from truth and it turns into poetry, and that's where I would start to think about lyrics. It's like here's a feeling and you look it right in the eye and you say I want to look at you and I want to feel you and I want to understand you. And there have been moments in my life where I've dismissed feelings because they're just not working right now. Like I can't feel this way right now. So that's an influence of my work. Also, if I should name drop certain artists, I feel like one artist that has always moved me very much is Joni Mitchell, who has just been able to say the most straightforward, simple things in the most profoundly beautiful way, and is an incredible singer and songwriter as well. I've also been very much inspired by Yoko Ono and by her conceptual art as well as her music. And another musician would also be Laurie Anderson, who also in the same way as Yoko Ono has created experimental pop music and then pop experimental music and art, and has sort of bounced the ball back and forth. I feel like those are influences that come to mind.
Vi har som lite vid far
Icelandic music is a thing similar to the way grunge music is in Seattle. It's because of marketing and because it's a popular thing from there. It's a certain kind of sound that became popular in Iceland, and then later it became popular outside of Iceland. So obviously people look at it and say, oh, I love this kind of music, it all sounds the same to me. But in fact, when you are there, there's a lot of music that is popular outside of Iceland that is not popular at all in Iceland, and there's a lot of music in Iceland that like every single Icelandic person would know who they are, musicians, bands, but nobody outside of it would ever know. So it's in a way it's a kind of a myth, I think, and it's been created. It's in a way it's bullshit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But also there are beautiful things about it. There's there's a sense of community there, and I usually talk about that in interviews when people ask me why is the music scene so strong there, and I think there's a sense of support. Also there's funding. The government is putting money into artists who are touring, so they're very conscious of the positive effects of the music scene, outside of Iceland.
I had a lover when I found flying far overseas. Too soon it was over, it was bittersweet.
Pascal Pinon as a group is coming to a close because it's not the project that it started off, which is me and my sister. And I've started to play solo, and I'm going to be focusing on that. So for me, this is like finishing one chapter and starting a new one. And the beautiful thing about that is that we are also playing music that I've written as a solo artist, and we're kind of merging that with the music that I wrote when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, etc. And I'm seeing a sort of a pattern. I'm seeing sort of where it's headed, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing. And I think in a way Pascal Pinon and my solo project are the same thing. It's just a different title. So it's also like that kind of transformation.
Nothing ever sticks. So I had another whose letters were often too sweet, and he's still in recovery from my bitterness. And now I'm sending letters, way too many months I was late. I was done getting better. It's good, it's gone.
I can't expect any security or stability because, for example, it's really hard to buy a house. It's really hard to rent a house. It's really hard to live anywhere. And we were facing problems where the world is not making it any easier for my generation to exist and to be. And not even if we are playing the game, if we are just working day jobs and getting education, blah, blah, it's still really complicated. In music, I think just see how it goes. I mean, music is always going to be there. And like, that's one thing that we know. People are going to want to come together, listen to music being played. They want to come together and play it for each other and share things. There's always going to be beautiful things. And there's always really like positive things that we can hold on to. I mean, the world is just keeps spinning. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We've settled down inside this state of mind and hope that nothing stays.